If you are a parent, chances are you've probably coached them in something, whether it was official or not.
But have you coached your teen on how to handle various situations when it comes to their peers? We are specifically talking about getting behind the wheel. So whether they are a driver or a passenger, it's time to pull out your own playbook. Anne Scallon is the editor of the online resource Before the Wheel, and she encourages parents to phase in privileges to make teens safe drivers. Good to see you again, Anne.
Nice to see both of you.
Anne.
I love this topic because this is a true coaching playlist. These are actual scenarios we're going to give, and these are what to do situations that have been viewed as potentially dangerous situations if not handled correctly.
And I always say it's not if it's going to happen, it's when. So if you prepare your teen in advance, they have some ideas on what to do in each situation.
Well, I like the fact that you say each teen should have two potential options in mind with how to handle each of these situations. So we're going to give the questions in the scenario and let you kind of walk us through why the answers are what they are. So the first potential situation is, I drive to the coffee shop by myself and I'm meeting 4 friends. We talk for a while and someone mentions that he or she is going to the mall and that they have a van and can take everything with them. Everyone with them. Should I join the group going in the van? What are the advantages and disadvantages of driving to the mall in my own vehicle versus going with the group?
Okay, so it always seems fun for teens to be all together in a vehicle. Of course, it is the worst possible situation because they lose concentration, the driver loses concentration, the tempo goes up, 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 and everything's fun.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of talk to your teen about this in advance and say, guess what? If you, and maybe you can find another friend, say we're going to drive separately, you're in total control of your situation. So if you want to stay there for 1 hour instead of 2 or 3, you can just leave. So you could present it to them as better options for their being in the driver's seat. The expression being in the driver's seat means you're in charge. So they're in charge of their own situation, and then they can have fun with the teens at the mall.
And I like that. You know, you can always say, I have to be somewhere later, so I have to take my, give them the impression you're leaving the options open. And I like what you said, make it to their benefit and say, and you can stay as long as you want then. You don't have to leave when I need to leave or something like that. Which I think is good. And I think just talking through these scenarios is so helpful for kids. Here's the second one. My friend drove me to a summer graduation party. My friend and I were split up for most of the day and finally hooked up later in the afternoon to drive home. I realized at that point that my friend had been drinking. No one else at the party lives close to me. Should I offer to drive my friend's car and drop him off at his house, or should I seek another ride?
Okay, so that unfortunately is a common situation, is that the driver makes that choice and then you have to make a choice. And again, we've talked about it before, if you can use examples with your team of mistakes adults make, they love to talk about adult driving mistakes. So that gets them kind of rolling.
Okay.
So you just kind of say, why don't you think about those options if you get in this situation that you could maybe take their car and drive. If they're allowing it, or try to make sure they have options on phone, people to call. If you're going to be at a movie, I know the movies say turn off your phones, but I keep mine on because I don't have those notifications, and so you can check it. Or if there's other siblings in the family that are older and don't mind being on call, they're just hanging out. So just let them know there are some options, and they have to think about that in advance because the situation will probably happen.
But whatever you do, don't get in the car with that driver.
Right, exactly.
Smart. This one we got to go through quickly, okay? My best friend Mandy just got her driver's license. She picks me up at noon to go to lunch and a movie, and afterward, she says that she's picking up 2 other friends. I'm uncomfortable with this because I know she is not supposed to have additional drivers or passengers yet because she has her probationary license.
So this is the most life-saving rule in the United States, is to follow the probationary license. So when you don't follow the probationary license, there's a much higher chance of a severe accident. And this recently happened in Alabama where 5 teens left on Christmas Day. You'd think the parents would be knowing what's going on. And there was a fatal accident, and the driver was not did have the probationary license, so there should not have been more than 1.
And 3 of the girls were killed. This is a big one, and one that a lot of kids violate, and unfortunately a lot of parents allow. So make sure you check out beforethewheel.com. They've got a great newsletter, tips and resources to help your teen have this conversation. It's so important. Thank you so much,
Thanks, Anne.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.